I never believed in all these stories about damn bells. Until that evening. It was about 11:47 p.m. I sat in my room, flipping through the newsfeed and trying not to think about tomorrow. It was dark outside the window. Only the rare headlights of the cars glided on the walls like ghosts. The phone rang suddenly. Unknown number. I looked at the screen and froze. The number looked wrong. Not just unknown, as if it did not belong to any country. Too many numbers. Some were repeated in strange sequences, like an error in the system. Plus 000. What the? I whispered. The call did not stop. Something in me said, don't answer. But curiosity won. I ran my finger across the screen. Hello. A few seconds, silence. And then, I heard myself. Don't pick up the phone. I froze. The voice was mine. Absolutely. The same tone, the same intonation. Who is it? I asked, feeling my heart start to beat faster. There was a short noise in the handset, and my voice again. You are now standing at the table. In 10 seconds, you will drop the mug. I instinctively looked around. The mug stood on the edge of the table. What a fool, I muttered. And in the same second, I accidentally touched the table with my knee. The mug slowly, almost beautifully, began to fall. Bam! She broke down. I froze. My hands were shaking. Is this a joke? I whispered. Silence. The call was cut off. I didn't sleep that night. I convinced myself that it was an accident. Coincidence. Raffle. But the next day it got worse. The phone rang again. The same number. I looked at the screen for a long time. Then he answered. Hello. My voice in the handset was suffocated. Listen carefully. Your doorbell will ring in 10 seconds. Don't open it. Who are you? It doesn't matter. Just don't open it. Are you? Is that me? Pause. Yes. Knocking on the door. Deaf. Slow. I froze. Open it, my voice suddenly said in the receiver. I felt the cold running down my back. What? Open it. Otherwise it will be worse. You just said not to open it. I changed my mind. The knock got stronger. Boom. 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 Open, whispered the voice. And there was something in it. Not human. I hung up the phone. The knocking stopped. Completely. I sneaked up to the door and looked in the window. No one. That evening I started looking for information. It turned out that I was not alone. On the forums, people wrote about strange calls, numbers that don't exist, about voices that sound like themselves. One post caught my attention. If you call yourself, don't trust me. It's not you. It's just learning to be you. I felt my skin covered with goosebumps. The third call was the worst. 3:12 at night. I woke up from the vibration of the phone. The same number. I didn't want to answer, but he answered. Hello. My voice was quiet. Calm. Too calm. Have you already understood? What did you understand? That I am not you. I squeezed the phone. Then who? Pause. Long. And then. I am what will happen next. Cold. A real, physical chill passed through my body. You're lying in bed now, said a voice. In 10 seconds, you'll hear footsteps in the hallway. No, I whispered. 9. Shut up. 8. I put my ears. 7. My heart was beating so hard that I could barely hear anything else. 6. And then, I heard it. Steps. Slow. Pulling. It was as if someone was walking barefoot on the floor. Creak. 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 I lay down without moving. Is that you? I whispered into the phone. No, answered my voice. Then who? Pause. And a quiet whisper. That's what has already happened. Footsteps stopped right at my door. The handle slowly turned. I screamed. And woke up. I was sitting in bed, out of breath. The light was off. The phone was lying nearby. No call. Dream. I whispered. Just a dream. But there was a message on the screen. Missed call. Plus 000. Time. 3:12. I started to change. Stopped answering calls. I turned off the phone. I took out the battery. But it didn't help. He called anyway. Sometimes, even when the phone was off, the screen just lit up by itself and showed that number. After a few days, it got worse. I began to hear my voice, without a phone, in the reflection, in the dark, in the sound of water. "You're coming," he said. From what? From myself. I started recording the time, every call, every prediction, and I noticed the pattern. First, 10 seconds. Then it was 20. Then a minute. The difference increased, as if something was overtaken by me. One day I received a call that changed everything. I answered. "Hello." My voice was broken. "You have 5 minutes." "To what?" "Before I become you completely." I felt the earth coming from under my feet. What does it mean? This means that you are only the preliminary version. No. Yes. And I'm almost here. How to stop it? Silence. And then, don't answer the next call. And that's it? And that's it. The call was cut off. I was waiting. My hands were shaking. My heart was pounding in my throat. And then, the phone rang. The same number. I was looking at the screen. 10 seconds. 20. 21. The call did not stop. Don't answer. I whispered to myself. But suddenly, I heard a voice. Not from the phone. Behind. Answer. I slowly turned around. And I saw myself. He stood in the dark. The same as me. But the eyes were empty. "Answer," he said. The phone kept ringing. I didn't move. "If you don't answer, I'll stay here forever." "What if I answer?" He smiled. "You will disappear." Silence. Just a call. I looked at myself, and suddenly I understood. This is not the future. This is something else. Something that uses time to replace me. Step. He came closer. Time is running out. The bell became louder. Unbearable. I closed my eyes. And run his finger over the screen. Silence. Full. I opened my eyes. The room was empty. No one. I exhaled. That's it. The phone was in my hand. There is an active call on the screen. I brought it to my ear. And heard. Breathing. Yours. And then the voice. "Now I am you." The light went out. The next day, people said I was acting weird. My voice is a little different. That I look at them as if I'm learning. And the phone. He didn't call anymore. Now I'm calling myself. And I'm looking for the next one. The one who will answer. Someone who doesn't know yet. If you get a number that doesn't exist, don't answer. Because if you hear yourself, it's not you anymore. This is what will happen next.